Hello everyone and welcome to part 4 of the Satisfactory modding tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be covering buildables. This won't be a machine just yet, as that video will probably be longer than any of the videos I made so far. And it's better just to separate these two, because that next video will be building on everything we talk about in this video. We're starting in Blender today so I can show you how to make your object paintable. If you're using your own materials, there are other ways to make your object paintable, so you can skip this part. So, I have a rather poorly made Tesla coil here. To make this object paintable, I'm going to go to my material properties. I'm going to create a new material. This will be named Factory Inst. This will use, you're going to go to base color, select this more options, image texture, and this will use mi factory base 01. I'll open that image, and then I'll go to UV editing. So right now I have the tower of the Tesla coil selected. I'm going to select all those. I will scale this to fit within one of the boxes. Now on this atlas map, this is the primary color of the paintable, this is the secondary color of the paintable, and then this is what all the others look like. So I'm going to select this part of the coil, scale it down, and let's make that the secondary. That's going to look a little weird, but it'll do. And then I'll throw the primary coil into that texture. And then you need to select each part of your model that you want to use this factory inst to factory inst. And if we enter edit mode, we can see these are still in their correct location. And then that's all we have to do in Blender. I'm going to export that now. And then we'll be in our project. Now in Unreal, I'm going to import our Tesla. And then I would select combine meshes. This makes things a lot easier. And then import. Then I'm going to rename this to Tesla coil, so it's not just an unnamed object. And then we can delete these. And this element 0 will be set to mi factory base 01, and make sure the path is game factory game shared material. And then we need to go down to import settings, transform, rotate this by 90 degrees, and then scale it up by 100. And now we have our Tesla coil. So I'm going to save that. And then we need a buildable. So this will be FG buildable. I'll name this build Tesla. The hologram class will be FG buildable hologram. The name can be Tesla coil. Description, a Tesla coil. Then we need to add component, static mesh, and then that static mesh will be our Tesla. Compile and save that. Now we need a descriptor for our Tesla. So this will be FG building descriptor. Script Tesla. And before I open that up, I'm going to create a category. So this will be FG build category. I'll call this cat tutorial. And an FG build subcategory. I'll name this SZ non-functional. We'll open up tutorial, set this name to tutorial, compile and save that, open non-functional, and I'll set that to non-functional. And right here is where you can add your icon, if you have an icon. Now we'll open our descript Tesla. Set the buildable class to build Tesla. Set the build category to tutorial. The subcategory will be our non-functional. The display name will be Tesla coil. Descriptor, a Tesla coil. Stack size doesn't matter. Energy, radioactivity doesn't matter. Conveyor mesh doesn't matter. And then we'll compile and save that. And then we need a recipe. So I'll create a new blueprint class. This be just an FG recipe. I'll name that recipe Tesla coil. Open that up. The display name will be Tesla coil. Let's make the cost a couple cement. The product will be our Tesla. One of those. And it will be produced in the build gun. It needs to be the FG build gun. Compile and save. Now we just need a schematic. It'll be FG schematic. We'll open that up. Type will be milestone. Display name will be tutorial. The tech tier can be 1. I'll change the time to complete to 60. The cost, let's just make that a few cement again. This will unlock a recipe. And that recipe will be the Tesla coil. And then include in public builds. Compile and save that. And then we need an init mod. So this will be SML init mod. I'll name that init mod. And then all we have to do is go to schematics and add our tutorial mod schematic. Compile that and save that. And now we can unpack it. Copy mods to game. The mod name will be the same name as this folder. So that will be tutorial mod. And the display name can be whatever you want. So I'll just add a space there. I'll just set the description to the same thing as the display name. Now the version format, as this pop-up says, needs to be number.number.number. And you can add authors, so I'll just add myself there. And then we can unpack it. And now that we're in game, we can unlock our schematic and then open our build menu and see we have our tutorial category and then our non-functional subcategory, and we have our Tesla coil. So as I discussed in Blender, this is the primary paintable material, the secondary paintable material, and then that middle material we applied. And if I grab myself a color gun, I can change this. And that's where I'll end it for this video. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a like, and if you want to see more like this, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them.